Gondor lands on the walls of Dwathir, ready to fight Dale and Lyndon and take their land for themselves. What's up, guys, and welcome back. I am PopeJohnPaul, and we're here with another Rise of Mordor siege battle for you today, and this is a glorious 2v2 as men and elves battle against each other. We have Gondor and Imladris battling against Lyndon and Dale, and you can see this Gondor infantry unit is getting focused down as we start this battle off. Oh my gosh, it is a brutal volley coming in. Who are they being shot by? Oh, it's this Nordorian archer unit down here. I mean, there's two actually firing, I think. Maybe one is firing here and one further down the line. Yeah, the Gondor infantry also being hit here. We have Gondor infantry going in against Nordorian swords, holding them on the wall. Certainly be interesting to see how this one goes down. I imagine the elves will have some initial success with these archer support here, but yeah, we will see how that one takes place. But yeah, we have a nice 2v2 on Dwathir, a city we don't often see actually played on, because it's a pretty tough one to take as an attacker. Like the second layer wall is always a tough nut to crack. But I've been told that this one is a pretty close one, sent in by one of my subs, and yeah, he says it's a really close one. Definitely worth sticking around to see how this one goes down. Comes down to the last few units, so I hope you guys have some snacks and some drinks ready, because this one is going to be a brilliant one, I can tell already, as we've got some really good volleys coming in here. This is Gondor sword infantry unit down to 60 men already. Like, jeez, they are in a rough bit of trouble. But yeah, it seems like Imladris over on this side basically had a free run, able to get inside. I mean, they're taking a few losses, I think it's from towers, but that's kind of it. Another thing I'll note is that Lyndon's general has been not killed, but pretty much like pretty damaged up. He's down to 58 men out of 85. He got hit with I think he was general, well, not general snipe because he didn't get killed, but like the unit was general sniped here. As you can see, look at all the bodies of all the dead shipwright nobles. Was hit by a trebuchet here, a trebuchet shot. This is one shot of the trebuchet, just took out like nearly 30 guys. It was an insane shot because the unit was in like a column formation. But actually, there's Nordorian noble here, because this one hasn't been given an attack order. Like you can see, like loads of the unit is just like stood on ceremony here. They're not given an attack order. They're actually losing. I mean, this Gondor sword on this side is obviously losing as well, because it's getting focused to hell. But yeah, no, it's a pretty rough scenario. I mean, they're actually winning in most of the spots. We've actually got Nordorian swords going onto the wall here, going to support their Gondorian allies. And we've got Dalian's troops down here now fighting against Imladris as well. So this will be an interesting fight. I imagine the shock infantry of Imladris will break through eventually. But as always, if you're enjoying seeing Rise of Mordor on the channel and you haven't already, remember to leave a like on the video, and also feel free to subscribe as well. It's always very much appreciated. And feel free to leave a comment as well. Always helps out with the old YouTube algorithm. And I always like to know what you guys think of the video, whether I'm doing well, if you've like seen anything I've missed. It's always great to have some feedback from you guys. I really enjoy interacting with you guys in the comments section. Yeah, this is here. I mean, it's a good start here. I mean, these Dalian swords are losing. No surprise. Shock infantry against swords, unsupported like this. That is going to happen. Bit worrying though that these Noldorian archers already are out of ammo. Like now with like the new update. I mean, it's not really a new update now. It's like one update ago. Archers, like, they fire their ammo off really quickly. We'll see with, like, this one over here. You can see how quickly these guys are firing. They're actually out of ammo now. But you need to be careful with, like, archers nowadays in Rise of Mordor, because they fire off really quickly, and elves especially. They'll fire so quickly, so you can get through your ammo really quickly. So, you like, if a unit's, like, pretty beaten up, like, if it's below half strength, I usually stop firing at it. Because it's, like, even if it's not, like, lost all its troops in that, like, and like that in like all those volleys, they're usually like the HP so low, especially like on a shock infantry unit, particularly, or like any unit to be honest. If like the HP will be so low on the unit that they'll probably die, and their effectiveness is all but gone really. We've got Elven archers in, Noldorian archers being sent in to support Dale. And but they're fighting other Noldorians. There's a lot of kinslaying going on here. Noldorians versus Noldorians. A rough rough deal for them, really. No evil factions here today. Sauron will be licking his lips, thinking about all words is hard, guys. I do apologize. All the fewer foes he has to face. Fewer and foes put together, clearly, I just cannot manage. But we've got Dalian troops here ready. I mean, this is a bit of a kill box here. You can, if you can't see already, there are bardings, and there's more bardings, and we've got Noldorian archers lining this wall, this secondary wall here. And as soon as any sort of infantry, you can see, it's really smart by Imladris. Imladris is not engaging here. Because if he engages down here, he gets focused down. And this is the problem with Duath here. I mean, it's not a problem, it's just the strength of it. Oh my gosh, if I can get the angle right. There you go, that'll do. As you can see, they get focused down there by the bardings. They get just vaporized. It's going to be a really tough assault attacking there. This is why they're not doing it. Good to see they've got like pikes. Got guards of Imladris ready. Have Imladris, so that's always good to have. They'll be handy to break through. Might want to start thinking about bringing up some archers though. Maybe just to like kind of support in this corner over here. Maybe focus Dale down. Like you could set them up, for instance, on this flank here and just shoot into the side. I don't know why he's got his cabin so early. I mean, Imladris is actually losing this fight now, in fairness. So maybe worth trying to charge. He's going to do another one. Yeah, he is. He actually is going to try another one. There he goes, flying on in. And yeah, doing a lot of damage, as you can see. Dale decides that that's a worthy target to take out these Noldorian horsemen. Not a bad decision, breaking these Dalian swords. And he might break these Noldorian archers as well, to be fair. And you can see all like that with a couple of cavalry charges. Noldorian swords are going to turn this fight around. Another charge from the cavalry may just save them, you never know. Actually have broken those archers, so there you go. They actually have a way through. This Noldorian sword's not really going to make it, but you know what? Who cares? They've done their job. They've broken through that front line. Gondor's swords have also won on the wall here. And we've got Noldorian swords as well also winning. Looks like they're going to go along. Keep going along the walls to support their ally. Who is, I wouldn't say struggling, but you know, he's having difficulties dislodging these Noldorian swords. And no surprise, shock infantry on a wall. I've seen that quite often, quite recently. Noldorian shock infantry on a wall. It's a tough job to get off the wall. Especially if you're playing as an evil faction. Gondor shouldn't have too much of a problem eventually. They should be able to get these guys off. But it's how many men they lose in doing so. Like, they haven't got good shock infantry themselves. They've got some Prince's Coast Guard, which is good, I guess. Got Fountain Guard, a good elite unit there. Generals is Citadel Guard. Got Trebuchet, which is pretty handy, but it's a fixed artillery, you got to remember. Seems like Gondor's committed a lot of stuff. He's got a much smaller reserve compared to Imladris. I feel, yeah, he's already committed a lot of his troops, and we've actually got another fight going on down here. Another one they're losing. I'm not quite sure. I presume the general has had some say in that. Maybe those bardings have had some say in this fight here. It looks like they have actually. Yeah. Wow, there's a lot of dead Gondorians up here. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, also the towers. You got to remember those notorious Attila towers. Fire like machine guns and do a lot of damage as well. Do a real amount of damage. These shocking G. I've been in the shade. Can you just come out of the shade, guys? You know, we just want to see you fight. Get those glorious colours, that glorious gold in action. Yeah, they're gonna win. They're Lyndon there, and they actually are winning in a few other spots as well. I feel like they need to start bringing up archers, especially with like Lyndon here. Lyndon, which has a large roster of just shock infantry, as you're seeing here. Shock infantry very vulnerable to archers. And then I'll bring up their archers to use them. I know they're on the wall, but you gotta try some. You gotta try them. Okay. I mean, good that they're saving their ammo. I mean, but sometimes you do need to use it. Breaking. They should break through these guys as well, as you just saw earlier. And Imladris' shock infantry has the beating of like Dale every single time. There you go. They're going to break through this Dalian unit like a hot knife through butter. Already, like, yeah, they've lost not many men, 13. And they're going to take out an entire unit. That shows how elite those elves are. They'll cut through, boys, very quickly. Oh, this is bad to see, though. More towers breaking. This is going to do a lot of unnecessary killing. I actually look like it might kill quite a lot of these Noldorian swords, but I'm not sure. They may have been almost dead anyway. Look at that. This worn, torn unit here. They've seen a lot of action. They've killed a lot of Gondorians. But yeah, Gondor has no shock infantry. Well, it does, but like they're not great. Warriors Lost not notorious for being great units. But as you can see, it's not a large battle. There's only like 3,700 versus about 3,000 defenders. Because that's what happens when you have elves. Elves have small units and small armies, but they're elite. There you go. You can see the elves battling away here with Gondor. Chopping heads down, which is like what we like to see. Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. Also looks like we've got some Vineland Yard Patrollers here. They're doing their bit. If I was the elves, I would have charged with the cavalry here. Charged these Delian swords. I mean, I know the archers are quite close and they are potentially moving across. That's a sword unit. Like you could charge through that unit and get maybe to the archers potentially, but they are going to send up their Noldorian swords, and I mean that's not a bad response either. Only thing is these bardings are now going to get called into action. These elite archers, and they got a really nice angle from here. Once they set up, they can just fire down there at anything. Same on that Gondorian sword, they can hit them. Did they bring? And they did. They brought supply barrels. I wonder whether they're going to use these guys. They better. Yeah, it looks like they already have potentially on that one because it's a half strength. I don't know. I don't know how the health really works. If that is actually being used up, I don't know. But they have supply barrels. Defenders need to remember to use them. Extra ammo, always handy. That's like you could get an extra 100 kills or so with that that ammo. Look at this. Barding's already firing down here. They're just picking off elves left, right, and center. Yeah, very nice, very nice. You can see already I mean, in fairness, Dale's losing as well, but the elves are also losing. And the elves will eventually tire and lose before Dale. Especially now that these Vineland Yard Patrols have been sent in. These pretty cheap archers, they've done their job firing their bows, now they get sent into combat. I mean, that's fair enough. To be honest, I would give the supply barrels all to the Bardings or Elven archers. So these Yard Patrols were never going to get resupplied. And these elves, I mean, there's not many of the elves left. I'd hold my fire if I was Bardings up here, because you just want to save your armor for the next fresh unit that comes up. Because you're gonna stop these Noldorian swords easily. And look at this, Noldorian swords over here have the beating Gondor. I mean, they got no real choice, but they might have to just attack that Gondorian sword down there. I mean, they could go all the way around. Oh, there's more supply barrels here as well. Got to use them all. But yeah, you could have gone. I mean, they could have gone the whole way around here. And then I guess drop down. Oh no, they can't get off there. Okay, because that's annoying. I mean, they could drop down here actually, and then they could march around and get back in potentially. That's what I would maybe have done. I don't know. It depends. I mean, this Noldorian sword might be able to take on these Gondor infantry. I really don't know. Oh wow, they're actually turning this around now that they've held fire. How are they winning this? You're wavering with 13 men left. You're not going to break through, Imladris. Just run. Oh, yeah, that guy just got stabbed in the chest. That's unfortunate. Oh, and so did that guy. Oh, God. Jeez. Maybe they will. They keep cutting down these Yard Patrollers. They're cutting down these Yard Patrollers. And now we've got Gondor swords coming up. In they come. They'll certainly help turn the tide back in favour of the attackers, though. Don't know if that'll be enough. They may need another unit. Bardings are firing off again. What are they firing at now? Oh, they are firing at the new incomers into that. The newcomers into that fight. The Gondorian infantry. Someone's general was under attack. I'm going to presume it was, yeah, this one here. Presume Linden's was being shot at. Not Linden's, Imladris's, sorry. Because, well, someone else is getting shot at. But like that. I think also the Bardings have been firing, yeah, they've been firing some ammo off. Because they've been shooting at these guards of Imladris. I mean, fair enough, but I'd say my ammo when they got closer. In Rise of Mordor, the closer you are, the more damage your arrows do. Very, very key. Always handy. Okay, there's plenty of... Jeez, so many arrows flying in, doing damage. Mordorian swords. Chopping down. I mean, getting chopped down. Look at that guy. He's got elven officers. Oh, God, he's gone. He's dead. We can't have a look at... I mean, we can sort of. He's down there dead now. But he has nice white hair. I mean, it's going to be all covered in blood now. But it's he had nice white hair. Now covered in Dalian and Gondorian and elven blood. And this is what Archer Fire can do. And part of these bardings are turning this battle around. I mean, the Noldorian swords are somehow still winning. But they are turning the, they're evening this battle out a little bit. Giving Dale a bit of a chance. And they did actually send in the shock infantry here. And they're losing. Kind of surprised. If Gondor charged, I think Gondor's charged then. So it means that the shock infantry didn't get their charge bonus off. That may have, that would certainly give the advantage to the shock infantry, I would have thought. I mean, I don't know. There's 80 men versus like 30 or 40 for like the elves. It's fairly decent odds. Yeah, it seems like Gondor's going to win that one. And there was cavalry dotting around doing some stuff. We've got Gondor cavalry in here. Some spear cavalry. And we've also got some Noldorian horsemen as well. I mean, they're doing just dotting around. I mean, there's nowhere they can really use the cav anymore. There's no one in the... like in this open ground, as you call it. Everyone is now behind the second wall of Duathir, and there's plenty of archer ammo that could focus the cav down before he got anywhere near the walls. So this next assault is going to be tough, put it like that. I'm presuming, yeah, the trebuchet is using as much of its ammo as possible. It looks like it's going to try and make a breach. 74%. Looks like we're going to see a breach being opened. And then we may see... it looks like the elves are on the wall. They need to be careful they get out of there pretty quickly. But yeah, we're going to see a breach in the wall, which could be handy. I've never seen this done before in Duathir, so I don't know if it works. I don't know really how the walls interact with this. I presume they're going to still crumble. But yeah, they could then, instead of going through a choke point, just go straight through here. I mean, there probably will be troops plugged into the gap, but it will certainly thin the defenders out a little bit more. Always a good play. But it seems like, yeah, there you go. Looks like it's going to happen. Looks like a few elves might get trapped by it. I don't know. Depends how quickly they move. But yeah, this trebuchet does a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage, and it's still got a lot of ammo left. It's just really good units used on destroying walls. And yeah, what are they doing with these elves? Just send them in. Send them into these pole arms. I honestly think these pole arms may not be able to deal with the shock infantry. The Lake Town Guard. At least they've left ammo. Plenty of ammo have like the attackers for dealing with pole arms. But the defenders have plenty as well. Bardings down here, look at this. Focusing down these poor elven troops. There we go, the wall has broken, and it's broken perfectly fine. So there's another choke point here that they can sneak units through. So that will be very, very handy. And yeah, this elven unit, I don't know what they were planning on doing with it. Should have just sent it into a choke point. Would have meant that archers would have just stopped firing. But yeah, it looks like now, I mean, they can still get off the wall. They can't, like, support across here necessarily. I mean, the elves are still here. Oh, they look beautiful. They really do. Look at that. They can just see everything that comes up this slope. They're in a nice, nice position. So, yeah, I don't know what the attackers are planning to do next, but it looks like there's going to be a lull in the fighting. So I'm going to make a quick cut until the next big assault begins. So I'll see you guys in a moment. So it looks like we're about to see the next push up this hill. It looks like Imladris going to lead the way with some Noldorian swords. We've got a few broken up units of Gondorian swords as well. And we've got some more Noldorian swords to bring up the rear. And already you can see the arrows coming down from the Noldorian archers. And also the bardings is quite a lot. And the defenders have decided to make a like a bit of a death box in here. So they've got some Vineland guards and we've got some Dalian swords ready. So they're going to let the enemy in. And then they're going to just try and sandwich them. So I'll have a bit of an elven sandwich. They've also given up this choke point here. So again, I guess they're thinking, well, if we can sort of sandwich them. But I don't know if that's really the smartest idea. I mean, it looks like that maybe they're also just pulled them back just to avoid being shot by archers. But here we go. So we've got some Noldorian swords coming in. And they're going in after the Dalian swords. Smartest move, really. But they're getting focused down in the back as they will. Look at this. Oh, camera. Why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me? But yeah, as you can see, The Noldorian archers, they can just focus down their kin right in the back. So they can get some really nice volleys off, and they can just butcher those elves. There you go, these violent infantry, violent guards have already won. They've already pushed back the Gondorian infantry, and you can see these Noldorian swords for some reason are turning around. They should have just persisted, carrying on there. Because there's their comrades here also coming in support, and this assault is slowly turning into a bit of a more chaotic. After being quite well organised, like which way everyone was going to go and attack, I think a little bit more chaotic. And more troops coming up the slope. We've got cavalry up here actually. And look at this. After they pulled out of this choke point here, the cavalry may be able to get away in. And there's still a healthy unit as well. Where are they going to go? Rear charge this Dalian sword perhaps? I mean, the Lake Town Guard's desperately trying to get in. Yeah, there you go. Cavalry going deep into enemy lines. Going in after this, the Dalian sword here. Really, really nice charge. Unit losing. I mean, he's going to be in trouble though in a moment because this, all this infantry here is going to chase it down, including the general. General for Linden. They've actually just decided to pull through. I don't know really whether they should have done this. They are actually wavering for this. Good to see. Because I don't think they could have actually pulled through this. They should have just gone back out the way they came. It really wasn't the best decision in the world. To be honest with the cavalry. The cavalry should have just gone. I mean, it was an option, but it was never going to be effective. Good shot by the trebuchet. Just hit like those Noldorian archers up there. Really, the cavalry should have just come straight through here. And then just gone into the heart of the citadel. And then it just could have bounced off anything, really. And I mean, they would just been. And the defenders would have been forced to chase it. But we've got Noldorian archers here, focusing down these Lake Town Guard. And it looks like after the failed assault by the elves, which I mean they are starting to, they're killing a lot of these violent guard off. They're going to be forced to send up more troops. I mean, certainly these Lake Town Guards can't stand here forever. Oh, enemy walls crumble. Where they just destroyed out just a bigger breach. And they killed a lot of Noldorian archers there. So that was their purpose, was to destroy another, like a whole unit. I mean, I'm sure it killed a lot of these troops. It didn't kill any of those ones, but it might kill a few of these Noldorian swords here. But that doesn't really matter. So they just killed a bunch of archers. They're going to carry on in, and they're going to try and cut down as many of these violent guards as possible. Look at this. Lake Town Guards starting to, I mean, they're losing decisively, but they've managed to rout this Noldorian sword, but they're getting focused down to 68. I mean, definitely better target than taking out Noldorian nobles. These guys are going to be tough to take out when they eventually get into combat. Might want to leave some ammo for these guys, because they are something going to be dealing with. I don't know if they're better than the Guards of Ladris. I'm going to presume no. I mean, they should be, I feel, because they have the range, the Guards of Ladris. With their pikes. Pikes like have better range than the polearm, but who knows? Plenty of violent guard coming in here. They're starting to lose decisively, or losing in that case. Yeah, the infantry over here losing decisively though, and you can see these. I just pull back these Lake Town Guard. I mean, they're basically finished anyway, but you need to like just pull them back. They're starting to lose men pretty quickly. The defenders now. I mean, so the attackers though down to 1800 against 1300. It's pretty close, And you got to remember that a lot of these archers that the defenders have, like these bardings, for instance, still really good in combat. Barding's got a really good angle into the backs of these Noldorian swords. That's what you got to remember. This is what the defenders are going to keep doing, finding those angles, supporting their infantry, which in most cases is a lot lesser. We've got a general being thrown in here. This is bold by the defenders, already throwing in their general. I mean, in fairness, if they lost the general, Lyndon, wouldn't make much of a difference on morale, I don't think. It should be okay. Yeah, the Daelian swords starting to lose. I mean, I'm surprised they like standing their ground where they are. Cavalry coming in. I mean, this cavalry, if it plays this right and the archers carry on firing, they could just break the pikes at the right moment. I mean, they also could just form column. There is a gap through there. Form column, sneak through, go into the back. What are they bringing up? Lake Town Guards, more Lake Town Guards. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's probably the best move. Just send the Noldorian horsemen back down the hill. Archers and like shock infantry in here may do the job, but I don't know. I do not know. I mean, these archers here still have ammo. They need to get those guys out of combat. A lot of shock infantry being committed here, and it's still not really pulling off. They are not able to break through these shipwright nobles now, which have been thrown in, and the Violent Guard. A lot of elites here. I mean, they probably want to maybe just keep something in this general direction. I mean, look, they're pulling back more and more troops, are like the defenders from here. So if they like now send some cavalry around here, could do a charge on these Daelian swords, or like throw in, I don't know, like just like a single shock infantry. May be able to break through. You never know.
Enemy units have returned to
Got to attack where the enemy isn't and all that. And look at this. The general is losing now for Lyndon. He's in a real tight spot. He's losing to shock infantry, which is no surprise. Even if it's elite infantry like this, tier 4 infantry, it'll still lose to shock infantry. It's being outmatched. But it'll lose to shock infantry like this anyway. I wouldn't say it would lose to like Mordor shock infantry like Orc pillagers, but like elite and like heavy shock infantry like this, yeah, there's always a chance that it'll lose. And decision to pull back. 21 of them got out of there. It's Lake Town Guard. I mean, now's the time to get the cav. Where's the cav? The cav, which is going to be so necessary. Look, I mean, also the archers keep focusing this like shipwright noble down now. He's running out. The cav should have been ready to go and get in. There's a big gap in the line there, as you can see. Nothing here. And also here as well, where's the infantry to rush in, support, stop these Noldorian nobles? They're going to set up probably in this choke point. So these guys need to push forward just to stop the Noldorian nobles. I mean, smart thing to do would be set up in this choke point. Yeah, they are. Good. Good. And they're going to fall back to here. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. And they've got the bardings up here. How much ammo is left that trebuchet got? Not enough at all. I was going to say otherwise I'd just start knocking a hole where this barding unit is. But yeah, get this cavalry back now. I mean, the cavalry over here is in the right spot. This is the Gondor cavalry. Shame it's a bit banged up, but I mean, definitely, you're gonna punch through this unit here. Just punch this daily unit in the face. I mean, they're setting up archers now. You're losing your corridor of time. Like they had time earlier. They're moving bardings over, but yeah, they had a corridor where they could have just gone in. There was nothing really here supporting that unit, and that's just unfortunate. Oh, good to see this Noldorian noble, though. I mean, these guys used to be really tanky. I feel like they may have got a nerf. I don't know. These guys are getting focused down. They're not on 59. They were literally, like, healthy earlier on. It looks like we're going to have some violent guard that are going to try and protect them. I don't know. Maybe they are still tanky. I haven't really played Lyndon in the new update. I haven't really played much of the new update, in fairness. But they seem like they're doing a pretty good job at killing these guys off with like mediocre archers. Like these Gondorian archers are nothing special. Lots of Elven archers setting up now. I mean, yeah, definitely want to start focusing down these Noldorian nobles. force them back from these choke points at like all costs. Then it allows you to get the cav in. And the cav can do work. That's an advantage they have over the defenders, is that they have cav.
Still battling this choke point here though.
Still battling away. Oh god, this cavalry unit just got like focused down with the ballista unit. Yeah, they need to be. I don't know why they still keep bringing it up. There's no need for it to be here. I mean, all it's going to do is make it a prime target for these bardings. I mean, I would shoot this cavalry if I had the chance with the bardings. Like, though it's not like a prime target, it's not like a pike unit, it's still a really nasty unit. Like, cavalry units on the battlefield, siege, or like a battlefield, don't really want to see them there. And now this Noldor Noble is the attention of the archers now. It's going to get focused down quite a bit. You can see it already getting pretty bloodied up. Coming in, look at that. Arrows being fired in and just lodging themselves in the armor. They don't give a damn. They'll take several arrows if they have to. They look beautiful, they really do. I love the blood just like flying off them. Looks awesome, really does. Seems like they've given up firing at this unit. I mean, I don't know. They haven't lost a single they haven't lost another man since the Vineland Guard have been there, showing that with a bit of like infantry support, Noldor nobles are a hard nut to crack. On their own, a little bit easier, it seems. Which is what I like. There should be. Always need a bit of support. I mean, they need to start thinking about... if I was Gondor, I'd start be thinking about bringing up my Pelargir Marines to force my way through these nobles. Like, the Jabbies do a really good amount of job. I mean, yeah, they have archers here, but they're now getting them off the wall. Now I'd be thinking, yeah, get these Pelargir Marines up here. Let's just send them in. Send them in, force them back. I mean, they haven't got much, like, basic infantry left of the defenders. Lots of archers. Oh, how did they get this cav infantry? They snuck it through. Really nice. Well done. Because all these pikes are falling back, they just snuck that unit through. And they're going to rear charge this Noldor Noble by the looks of it. I mean, they're really quick at turning. That's a really good thing with the Elven pole arms. Wasn't quite quick enough, but it also wasn't a really great charge, and it looks like this cav may be in a bit of trouble here, actually. Yeah, losing decisively. It's just getting stabbed to pieces. Yeah, 24 of them are going to get out of there. Maybe less than that, to be honest. But yeah, they did. That wasn't a great charge at all. Now would be the time to send in your infantry. Get these guys in here. Like, you just seen so much infantry get distracted by one unit of cav. Get your infantry in there. I mean, they're running out themselves, to be fair. They've got what? A general. And they've got pikes. And like a general here with a Citadel Guard. That's kind of it. The attacker's looking pretty short and stuff as well, to be honest. A lot of shock infantry got burnt out down there in that choke point there. Which way are they facing? They're actually facing out towards the oncoming attackers, but they are turning their pikes around now. Noldorian horsemen. They're going to try a bold charge. No, they're not. They realise the pike's looking the other way. Oh no, mate. Look, they were going to then try and reattempt, maybe psych them out. Pelargir Marines, they need to just bring them up. It's just jabby and focused fire these Noldorian nobles. Knock them down till they're almost dead. Here we go. Javi's going in though. I love the Pelargir Marine unit. It looks awesome. It really does. Look at these beauties.
A unit is running from the enemy.
They throw them quite quickly, and they're doing a lot of damage by the looks of it. I can see a lot of Noldorian nobles drop in there. Or certainly in that first volley. I can see a couple more dropping there. How many of them are dead now? Got to be quite a few. But these Pelargir Marines are doing work. Wow, yeah, down to 27. They are doing work. Look at the Javis in these shields. You drop your shield at that point. Like, look at that poor guy with all those Javis in as well. Oh my gosh, yeah. This is why you bring Javis. They're effective. They're a really effective weapon. And yeah, they've done a lot of damage to these Noldor nobles. Down to 19. Good way to counter Pelargir Marines, by the way, for those newer players. Just archers. They have not got really good armor. It's pretty terrible as their armor, and they've got a pretty poor missile block from what I can remember. They're pretty good in combat. They're a medium skirmisher. They're pretty good in combat. This one's gone and hidden behind the wall here instead of facing the Peligate Marines. Probably a smart decision. I'd just bring up the Peligate Marine, just put it here, see whether they're going to just dare to even go around the corner. Because if they dare to come around this corner, you javvy them. And if they don't, you've got a bridgehead in, really. That's best I can really describe it as. Looks like we're going to see a Imladris General get thrown in. Or not. Just teasing the enemy. Are they actually going to get... Oh, this is Guards of Imladris. I thought these was archers for a moment. Here we go. The elite pikes getting sent in. I haven't seen these guys in action in a long, long while. It's really nice to see Imladris getting a lot of love again from players. I don't know why. Just not really seen them recently. And yeah, we don't see this beautiful unit. I really like the Guards of Imladris. Taking the towers. That's good. Let's get a nice angle on these boys. I know the colours of this unit, like the cape, it'll just look great. Really, really nice. Let me know in the comments, what do you prefer, the Guards of Imladris or the Noldorian Nobles? Like the two like pike or polearm units with like the Noldorian factions. Personally, I don't know. It's quite close for me. I'm going to say Noldorian Nobles, but Guards of Imladris also still have a soft spot in my heart, just because we never really see them. And I always like seeing unique and unusual units on the battlefield. It's just unusual enough to see Imladris, to be honest. Often people choose Linden because they get a few shielded swords, like units with sword and shield. Hopefully, eventually, Imladris will get something similar, just so they get as much love. Because I know Total War players do like their sword and shield units. They're basically like the bread and butter of any army. They're gonna what you want to bring, the mainstay of an army, really. You don't really want to bring all shock infantry. I mean, a lot of people sometimes do, and a lot of people do great things with them. Not everyone does, though. Peligate Marines over here are getting kind of cut down by the Noldorian shipwrights. The nobles. Well, I forgot what they're even called. Noldorian shipwrights, I'm pretty sure, if I remember rightly. Shipwright nobles. Why was I struggling with the name? I do not know. Bad sign, though. Guards of Imladris are losing. Not quite sure why. I'm going to say ammo. I'm going to say they're being shot by archers. Honestly surprised they're losing, to be honest. With the support from infantry, though, they should turn it around. Maybe. I don't know. They kind of suck a little bit. That's why I kind of, like, prefer the Noldorian Nobles. The Noldorian Nobles seem to do well every time. Pikes? I don't know. The Pikes are kind of struggling in this mod at the moment. Apart from, like, Fountain Guard are probably the only effective pike unit around at the moment. I mean, Uruk-hai pikes are effective, but they're obviously very, very vulnerable. You can kill them quite easily. These guys are like, they have the rate. The Noldorian Nobles are winning. Guards of Imladris are winded. Doesn't look like they're not losing now. Okay, I think it was just the archers. But they have the range. You can see these guys have the range on the Noldorian Nobles. They should win this fight in reality. I hope they do, because I don't know if it's the case really, but like there are certainly a lot more, like some polearm units are really, really strong. Hall Guardians, Noldorian Nobles come to mind. Same with Guards of the Teeth. But they should, in reality, get beaten by a pike unit, because that's like, it's got longer range, it's got a longer length. And that's like the case in like 1212, for instance. Pikes, though are usually like lesser armored, have longer range than a polearm. Polearms are usually a bit more heavily armored, but they have less range with their polearm. You can't stretch it out as far and spike someone as far, because you've got a shorter like staff. So that's usually the case in like 1212. In ROM, seems like a lot of pike units, certainly like the evil pike, good pike units, a lot more well armored, like you can see with the Guards of Imladris and Fountain Guard. But they just seem like they've been nerfed in like their effectiveness in battle. I don't really know. Maybe I'm just reusing the ROM incorrectly. I don't really know. You've got to make sure also they're set up perfectly in Rise of Mordor, almost. Make sure they can't really get outflanked too well, because they kind of can then just die. I mean, Prince's Coast Guard here about to go in. Another unit that I'd say probably isn't very good. I'm not going to lie. Prince's Coast Guard I see most times, 9 out of 10. get like slightly outflanked and start to lose instantly. And also these guys don't have great melee. And the unit always seems to be quite interested in dropping its halberd and just going into fighting melee, which is never effective. But it seems like just the sight of the halberds has done enough to scare off the elves and Dale on this side. That may be enough. Pelargonian Marines here with still full ammo. Very handy. We've got some more Fountain Guard come up. Citadel Guard. Good to see they're all still come up. And Gondor Cav. There's still a unit of swords over here. I personally think at this point, you might want to take that sword away. And the Guardsmen just are starting to win. Hallelujah. I actually am glad to see this. Like, this is what I want to see. I want to see Pikes take the battle to like a polearm and win. I mean, it also probably helps that they're like getting archer support, I bet. But I don't care. I just want to see the Pikes do well. Like, this is probably my more favorite looking unit. But I prefer to see these guys on the right here do better. I don't know, it's just a very conflicting thing. It's very weird to say, but that's just how I feel about it. Like, that's just kind of the case. Let me know in the comments what you think. What would you prefer to see? Like, would you prefer to see like these heavily like armored like pikes would be really strong, like the unit shows it should be? Would you rather have, like, the polearms be just amazing? Like, these guys are like souped up because they have a short pike. They are now being broken. Maybe it's just I think Guardsmen Imladris just suck because I haven't seen them in combat like often. Imladris is never brought. So I've just forgotten how good these guys are. They used to be really good before the Noldorian Nobles came. When Imladris got their first update, or like got first release, I should say. These guys are like just everyone's like, oh my god, Elven Pikes, hell yeah, let's use these guys. And they were feared, but then as soon as like the Woodland Realm and with their like Hall Guardian now halberds, and you've also got like the Noldorian Nobles, people just don't want to use Imladris anymore. Sad. I just want to. It's probably one of the least loved factions in the game. Probably that and like Dol Guldur.
The men have given up and are running for their lives.
Barding should do okay though in combat here. These guys should do perfectly fine. They've got a silver chevron. Jeez, these guys are elite. Pike's losing again though. Look at this. They're losing to archers. What are you doing? It's just, again, you got to make sure that the pike's set up perfectly. Otherwise, it just loses apparently. I don't know. It's frustrating to see sometimes. They got the cabin. Not quite sure how, but they have the cabin. I'm going to presume it just charged through a load of archers and just didn't stop. Because of that cav unit now being in behind, this unit here at the gate has decided to fall back, and it's a smart thing to do. It's what it should have done a little while ago, I think. As you can see, this Noldorian Noble is getting focused down, and the Fountain Guards here. Personally think that the Fountain Guards can take on and beat Noldorian Nobles. Certainly could now that they've been focused down a lot. But I'd personally think fresh on fresh, Fountain Guards beat Noldorian Nobles. A, because of range. I think they're also just a bit more expensive, a bit more elite. Yeah, again, look at this. Pike's getting beaten up and broke. Like, I mean, this is the same unit, I think. I just realised. But you just gotta be careful. These guys, I don't actually know if these guys have their pikes down. I don't think these pikes have their pikes down. I can tell they don't because they have their swords out. What are they doing? What's the player doing? Get your pikes out, man. Now he's trying to sneak this pike unit through here. And he's going after the Delian swords. His eyes on the prize of the capture point. And now he's retreating. Why are you retreating? You'd have been fine there. Just like form up in this choke point. Pikes down. You'd be fine. Oh, what was he doing? Princess Coast Guard though, they're proving me wrong on this side. They're winning. They are losing some men, but they are winning. Dale should have fallen back. Dale should have just not sacrificed his Bardings into this just suicide mission. Not a good idea. at all. Just do not let your men die on these Princess Coast Guard. Don't give them kills. They don't deserve them. It's probably one of my least liked units. Oh, they are trying to flank them though with the elves. The elves are trying to flank. Are they got anything to counter flank? Send up the Citadel Guard potentially. You could surround this Linden General. Maybe rout him. That would certainly help kill this Noldorian Noble off a little quicker. Cav here. You're not going to just charge the Bardings? Good. Do it. This is a general. You can kill him. Why? Why not charge the Bardings? They're now charging you. That's double the damage you'll do. Almost certainly. Over here, looks like they're pushing them back with the pikes, which don't have their pikes out. Though it's going to cost them more men than they need to use. Because why would you send pikes in with just swords? It's not their chosen weapon. And here we go. Oh, a general's died. Oh, the shock infantry. Oh, okay. Linden's lost his... Imladris has lost his general. That could be huge. I mean, again, I would presume with Elven morale, that'd be okay, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Looks like we've got some archers starting to break there, maybe. Oh no, is that the shot? Is that the general, actually? The archers are still in there. Yeah, they fell back the general. I don't know why, because your general's dead. Just keep him in there. Maybe they're thinking they need to send him in to support here. How are these Coast Guards still winning? I don't know. Support them, though, is what I do. Pelican Marines got routed. Yeah, so just send in the Citadel Guard. Just kill this Linden General off. You're in business. Cavalry is routed. That's a shame. The pikes here have won. It's going to be a close one. Like they said, 800 versus 400. It's looking close. We've got Pelican Marines here. And Fountain Guard ready to go. I mean, to be honest, move the Fountain Guard forward. And then as soon as anything gets like close, if it's like a pole arm unit, just throw jabbies at it. And if they don't put any like pole arms in there, just stab anything that comes through here. Just stab these Bardings. But please, please, please. I know you haven't got your pikes down now, but don't do what Imladris did and send these guys in with just the swords. That'll be painful. Just slowly march them into the choke point. At least you know they've got their pikes down and they're set up and ready to go. You've got archers as well here. You may want to send these guys to go and support, take out this general here. And then once you've taken this out, you can just flank on around. Everything else is kind of getting contained by pikes and stuff like that currently. Get the other pikes down. 23 extra pikes would be very useful, especially when Dale's doing things like this. And I mean, I'd have certainly set this second unit up so it blocked this gap here, so Dale can't just flank around like this. Now you're certainly going to need the archers just to counter flank this Dalian sword move. And how have you pulled that off? I guess they went around. I don't know, to be honest. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know how you've managed to get here though. They've eluded both the pikes. And they've routed the Bardings here. Those Bardings were wasted.
Enemy units have rallied and returned to the battle.
They should have gone and got more ammo. I don't know if they could, but they should have if they could have. If they had supply barrels left, you've got to go and get them. Like a few arrows now. Focus those Coast Guard down. Make them redundant. The archers here should clean up. And I think they have just cleaned up those shipwright nobles. Nearly cleaned them up. Citadel Guard going in now. They're going to need the Citadel Guard to go in here and clean up these Dalian swords as well. The pikes are down. And the stalemate begins. I don't know why. They should just push in. I think they win this fight. I think they win the fight every time. I honestly think they will. I mean, certainly now that the unit's down to 46, they've got to win that fight. Noldorian nobles are like good, but they're not going to beat 109 Fountain Guard, I don't think. And the general's in the last 4 men. I'm pretty sure this general is still alive. Is he still alive? Don't know. It doesn't say he's dead on another unit, so I'm going to presume he's still alive. I think he might be this opposite unit here. If he dies, then I mean he's broken anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, there you go. Enemy general is dead, so I'm going to presume that is Linden's. Yep. Now it's just down to Dale, really, and a couple of Noldorian nobles. But now, yeah, I would really be like, I'd be getting the pole arms, I'd be flanking around here. I'd be trying to do damage, I'd be wanting to stretch the defenders out. It means that they've got to make a decision. Do they, like, take the the archers away, or did they take the polearms away? And here we go. Fountain Guard are going to go into the breach. Going to be met by the Noldorian nobles. Yeah, and instantly Gondol's going no. He needs to bring up the Pelagian Marines. He needs to get them really close. Like, I put the Pelagian Marines in amongst the Fountain Guard. And then just jabby anything that, like, comes close. And then they, like, then the defenders really have a difficult choice. Like, do you stand there or do you, and get jabbied, but you also stop the pikes getting through? Or do you just let the pikes get through and survive the jabbies for another day? It looks like Dale is slowly losing here. Citadel Guard doing their bit. And Pike's coming up over here. Now is definitely the time to send in this Fountain Guard. Now is the time. No Pikes here as well. I mean, they can send in the polearms of their own. Don't know why they haven't. They're just defending the flank. It's a bit of a strange one. Honestly, I get if it's a close battle now, it's not many men left. You get in this trebuchet crew. It's only 12 guys. May just make the difference. Like a little counter flank could rout that unit. Yeah, as you can see, as I expected, they're falling back with these bardings. Even if these Fountain Guard get outflanked, I've seen them do perfectly fine. They don't really care about being counterflanked. Why I think it's one of the best pike units in the game. It probably is the best pike unit in the game, in my opinion. Mainly because there aren't many good ones in the game. Guards and Ladders probably come in second, but there isn't much to beat it. Like for it to beat, sorry. Yeah, these Fountain Guard are going to do just fine, I would imagine. I'm sure that'll change. I'm sure there'll be more pike units get added in. Why these Pelagian Marines aren't just throwing their jabbies? They need to get over like somewhere and throw their jabbies. Why they haven't been sent all the way around? They could have just flanked and jabbied all those guys. A very strange one. We won't question it. We won't question it. Guards, Fountain Guards, there's a few men. Get the push forward command. Every Pelagian Marine that dies there's one less man that's going to throw a javelin. Fountain Guard are kind of getting butchered at the moment. Like these Noldorian nobles are turning this battle around on this side. They've not lost a man since they've been here. But I mean, they could flank. Like the general just should flank. Let the archers die here. Get the general to flank around this unit. Like you just need to be battle like field aware sometimes. I'm not saying that the player isn't being. He's bringing up his polearms, and he looks like he's just going to hold his ground here. But that doesn't really matter because the defenders aren't going to push forward. Why would they push forward? He just needs to go around with his spears. At least it will pull units out to fight him instead, fighting the archers. And he also has to just think, I am eventually going to get through here, but his Pelagian Marines are losing and dying. So he needs to be careful of that. But yeah, look at this. He's falling back the archers. They're going to die. He needs those Pelagian Marines over there. And those Pelagian Marines just jabby these guys down. He kills them. And like this is game over. This is the last unit. I think they can, yep, finally he's going to do it. That like need to be sent somewhere. Finally he's given them the order. And they lost far too many men. Nearly 50 guys. Fighting in a fight they just didn't need to fight him. Just send them in here. He kills these Noldorian nobles. Like we saw what happened in the with the last unit. Now the general's been sent here. I mean, again, like I said, if he just been more aware, he could have just flanked. But here we go. I bet these Noldorian nobles wreck these Prince's Coast Guard. They're just so much better. Even like this bloodied up, these Noldorian nobles are gonna just wreck them. Look, they're dying so quickly. These Coast Guard. They're just too good. Winning decisively. Yeah, they haven't nerfed them at all, and I'm glad that they haven't. It's a good unit. Doesn't need nerfing. It's expensive as hell. And it's still vulnerable. The thing is, it's not invulnerable. You can kill it quite easily. But if you just let it do its job, it will kill and just kill and kill. That's why they need to get those bloomin' jabby. Oh, they've still left them here. Noldorian, Fountain Guard are going to win here, though. Again, another unit. Leave it on its own, do its thing. It'll kill and kill and kill. That's just what any like pike and pole arm will do. Leave it on its own, undisturbed. It'll murder people. Barding's here, eventually gonna die, and look at that. Noldorian nobles. They've just wrecked those Coast Guard. And any archers that were nearby. Why the Gondor players not send the Pelagrim Marines just to chase these men down? This is literally like the natural enemy of the Noldorian nobles, is those Javis. With the high damage they can do. And like the poor missile block that the pikes have. They'd be quaking in their boots seeing those Javis still on the battlefield. Don't know why they're sending archers onto the wall here, Gondor, at this time of the battle. They just need to get their troops round and just start flanking. Noldorian nobles, I don't know where they're planning on going. I don't know. They are kind of stuck in two spots. I don't know how these the Dalian troops kind of try to sneak around. End up getting themselves killed doing that. Again, I don't know why they just don't just send in the Javis go and chase these guys out. I know that they're probably going to win now as Gondor because, well, Lyndon's decided to just go off over there to try and kill Gondor's general. And Dale's general's definitely going to die before. Because they just can't deal with these Fountain Guard. This is a shame because they've used up a lot of ammo early game with the defenders and just got to leave ammo left for pikes like this. But they've done a good job of both sides. I mean, what's it coming down to? 300 versus 100. Jeez, it's a very close battle. Yeah, Gondor being smart, not engaging. That's the smartest thing to do. Noldorian nobles. March. Look how bloodied up these guys are. They're wavering now. It's huge. It's wavering. And yeah, because Dale is dead. So the army losses take hold. And there you go. A Pyrrhic victory for Imladris and Gondor. So we'll end the replay and have a quick look at the end results. Yeah, this is a really, really good battle. So yeah, thank you to I Don't Know who sent this one in. A really, really good battle. Down to the wire, like he said. So yeah, he was playing as Imladris. And he did pretty well. His ally Zakanada clutching up in the end with his troops in the end being the ones that decided the battle. Well done to Mighty Clay and to Tommy Yasi as well, who all did very, very well. And yeah, we'll quickly go over some of the end results. I Don't Know here, we'll go with first, who's playing as Imladris. His general getting 128 kills. His Noldorian swords here getting 139. So he did pretty well with his shock infantry. You can see a lot here. Actually, even better down here, 177, 175. Very good. The Guards of Imladris, the most expensive unit on the battlefield for him, 104 kills. Yeah, these pikes are just hard to get used properly, I feel. Archers not doing that great, getting 58 kills. But then again, they were fighting like two really strong factions, so it's hard to get kills with them. Noldorian Horsemen getting 85 kills, so not too bad there. Then we've got the Zakanada, who's playing as Gondor. His general getting 41 kills. His swords doing a really, really rough job. I mean, they had a rough time on those walls, and he lost a lot of swords on that wall. 78, the best Gondor sword there, which is a pretty low score for Gondor swords. Prince's Coast Guard getting into the 100, though getting 102 kills. Only just beaten by their Fountain Guards. getting 103. And then his Gondor archers here getting 89 kills. His Peregrine Marines getting 50 kills. His Cav getting 55. And his Trebuchet getting 77. It's not too bad, but nothing like insane there for Gondor. Then we got the Mighty Clay, who is playing as Dale. 257 kills with his Bardings. Followed up by 304 with this one. Oh my gosh. Then we got his Dalian Swords here getting 113 kills. And then his Violent Guards on here getting 106 and 105. And then you got some like late time guards getting 7 kills between them. That's a bit of a yikes there, to be fair. And then we've got Tommy RC, who's playing as Lyndon. 130 kills with his Shipwright Nobles, 166 with the other one, 174 with the Noldorian swords here, and then this one getting 221, very nice. Then 130 with the Noldorian Nobles, and 144 kills with Noldorian Archers, not too shabby either. But there you go, guys. That is the siege at Doathir today. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here as we work towards that 5k sub goal. And feel free to leave a comment as well. And until next time, Legionnaires, I will see you in the next Rise of Mordor battle. Bye for now.